With the collectibles released from the Fantasy Hockey event, we've got 2 account-bound items that can be made. So in this video, we've put together a tier list of each of the fantasy items, and we're going to go through all 32 and give you my takes on where I think each one lands. I need to be very clear. This event, more than any other, is an event where you should go after your favorite player or the player from your favorite team. The fantasy event is the best because it gives you something to invest in when watching actual hockey, and if you're going to watch your favorite team, it adds even more value. So disregard the rankings when it comes to picking your favorite player. I also need to point out that this event is great because we can get Kyle Palmieri or Jason Zucker to hit 99, and any card listed in the bust tier of this video could absolutely pop off. That's what makes it the most fun. Now, for the rankings, I went through the analytics released by The Athletic, as well as past history. I also included how relevant they are in your lineup and how usable they are. If they are usable now, that adds some benefit because you can actually play them on your team now. If they aren't usable now, you've got to wait for them to score, which isn't a guarantee, before you can actually use them in your lineup. So, with that being said, let's start with the bust tier. First up in the bust tier is the 79 overall Jared Spurgeon from the Minnesota Wild. Only statted to hit 92 overall, but even if he were to hit 99, even at 99, he would be one of the least sought after 99 overall cards. He's got 84 speed and excel, which is usable, and 83 defensive awareness, which could work, but with only 73 body checking and the fact that he is a lot smaller on the defensive side of things, just not very sought after. And again, it would be crazy for him to hit 99. He would have to go well above expectation, so he's firmly in the bust here. Next up, we've got Alex Killorn. At 75 overall, Alex Killorn is statted like he's prime Tampa Bay Lightning Alex Killorn. Again, only statted to hit 93 overall. He does have a good ability in quick release, but he's going to have to score 5 or 6 goals before he's even usable in your lineup right now. The odds of that happening are very low, so this might be the overall worst one because there might be a point in which he's never usable for you and not going to hit 99. Just a rough pick for the Duck fans out there. Next, we've got Nick Schmaltz from the Utah Mammoth. Again, 75 overall, only 81 speed and excel, 74 endurance. I do want to mention, apparently endurance will go up by +1. Speed is only 0.5, so you need to keep that in mind every time they score and they go up +1. Endurance will go up, speed will go up 0.5, so sometimes they'll have to score 2 before you see an increase there. He's a pure right-handed winger, statted to only get to 93 overall. Again, just a card that's not going to be usable for a while, and probably isn't going to be usable at any point in the season. Sorry, Penguin fans. Also in the bust tier, the 77 Chris Letang. Still has plenty of juice, but the odds that he actually plays enough games to hit 99 is the biggest risk here at all. He's got 83 speed and 82 excel, which could be usable right now, but his agility is only 78. His defensive awareness is 78, so not usable on the back end. Rocket's a fun ability. He would have to score a few goals to be passable defensively to actually be on your team. Now, analytically, he is statted to get to 97 overall, but if anyone has confidence that he will play enough games to get that, that's on you. For me, he's in the bust here. Next up, we've got Jamie Benn. Now, apparently, his 78 overall rating is taking his injury into account. That being said, he's statted to hit 87 overall. This one is an absolutely awful pick, in my opinion. A pure left-handed winger. He's big. Unstoppable is fun, but no shot he gets to 99. So firm in the bust here. Adam Larson is up next at 6'3", 207, has Warrior, which is just not a really great ability so far early on. 83 speed and excel is usable with 84 defensive awareness and body checking, so he could get into your lineup. He's also a Swede, so he takes advantage of some of the line combos that have come out. But again, statted to only hit 93 overall. He would have to have a pretty crazy season, and his hand stats are absolutely awful. So just when you add it all up, would be one of the least sought after options for me. He's in the bust here. James Van Riemsdyk from the Detroit Red Wings. There's some discrepancy of where he's going to play in the lineup. Some people say that he's going to be first line. I don't know how long that would last. So if he's not on the first line, he's probably on the fourth line. At 6'3", 209, great size. Big tipper is just not a great ability. It's fun and it can be kind of niche and useful at times, but not as the main ability. He's got good skating at 84 speed and excel. Pure left-handed winger. He would need a ton of goals early on to kind of vault his value up. Currently statted to get to 95 overall. And then lastly, in the bust here, we've got the 84 overall Andre Palat. At 6 foot 194, he does have 85 speed, 84 excel, and 86 agility, so he is actually usable right now. Ankle breaker is fine. He's got a good shot. Hand stats like statted right now, he is very usable. Can play on the Czechia line that gives you the +2, but the odds that he hits 99 is very low. So he would be the top of the bust tier. There's an argument to be made that he'd be in tier 3 because he is so usable right now, but there's also a strong possibility that he legit doesn't score for the first month of the season. So for me, he just makes the top of the bust tier. Moving on to tier 3. So these cards that aren't busts, they could be kind of usable, but they're not one of the higher end options. We'll start with the 77 overall Bowen Byram at 6'1", 205. He comes with elite edges, which is nice. And 85 speed, 84 excel already. Obviously, agility, balance, and endurance being in the 70s is not great. Same with his shot and defensive awareness. He does shoot a ton. He is only statted to hit 95 overall. There's a good chance that he gets traded. He also has the opportunity to score a couple goals early on, I could see, because he's going to be highlighted on Buffalo early. But he needs a bunch of goals early to get in your lineup. Next, we've got Pavel Zacha from the Boston Bruins at 78 overall. Now, Pavel Zacha is statted to hit 97, and he has Specialist Quick Draw, which is a great ability, and 85 faceoffs. He's almost usable just as a center on, like, your fourth line. 80 speed and excel with 76 agility is brutal, simply just to win draws. He will need a couple goals before he's kind of able to get out of the fourth line territory, but he should get close to 99, and I think because of his ability and faceoff rating, he at some point could be usable in specific roles. Next, from the Calgary Flames, we've got Blake Coleman, definition of mid. He is statted to hit 99, but it would be at the very end of the year, which means that you've got a 80 overall card or whatever overall he is at throughout the entirety of the progression system. So he's got 82 speed, 80 excel right now, which isn't great. Shot is in the 70s, as are his hand stats. He's a pure left-handed winger. Let's say he scores like enough to hit 99, but at a slow pace. You're never going to be excited about having Blake Coleman's card because he's never going to get really high in your lineup. If he pops off for 10 goals in the first month, maybe, and then he like front loads it, but this is probably going to be a slow drip all the way to 99. Next, we've got Mangiapane, who is my first personal take here. Statted to only get to 93 overall. I don't know what it is, but something inside of me is saying that Mangiapane could be a super sleeper pick. If he gets high enough in the lineup, he's got quick release, which is a great ability. 84 speed and excel is borderline usable right now, and he's a winger, so you don't need to worry about his defensive stats or anything like that. I could just see a world where he scores a few goals early on and maybe makes a prominent role in the lineup. I don't think it's safe he'll hit 99, but I just have this feeling that he could pop off early and kind of shoot up in value. Next, in tier 3, we've got Brayden Schenn. This is exactly the same argument as Blake Coleman. Like, he's statted to hit 98 overall, but until he gets to 99, he's just really not going to be all that great. He's just very mediocre. Unless he scores a lot in bunches, it'll probably be, like I said, a slow drip all the way. His skating is right in line with his overall at 81 overall. So to get to even 85, he's going to have to score like 8 goals. So I think at the end of the day, he will be pretty good. He's at the higher end of tier 3 for me. And then the highest tier 3 card, in my opinion, is Anthony Beauvillier. Now, projected to only get to 96 overall, Beauvillier benefits from having 87 speed, excel, and agility with 89 endurance, a mid-80 shot, good body checking at 85 overall. He's a Canadian and a Capital, so he can fit into some line combos as well. Tape to tape is not a great ability, but there is a world if he pots a few goals that he's very safe. He would be the best of the tier 3 options, in my opinion. Borderline tier 2. On to tier 2. These are cards that are safe. You should be pretty excited about getting. Some of them might take longer to get into your lineup, but you should feel pretty good about getting. We'll start with Devon Toews from the Colorado Avalanche. 83 speed and 82 excel. He needs a couple goals to help out with the rest of his stats. I mean, he's got 78 defensive awareness, 72 body checking. I do need to mention that defensemen, when they score, they get a +2 overall. He's also a double-digit goal scorer multiple times in his career. He does need to get 12, and as a defenseman, that's pretty tough, but he's on a great team, and he's almost usable just because of his skating. So if he scores like 1 or 2 in the first week, then you're in a pretty good spot. So he would be on the lower end of tier 2 for me. Kuzmenko is the sleeper pick here, all right? If you get him, there's a real chance that he could pop off and get to 99, but however, he just hasn't stayed healthy outside of his rookie season, and his performance has been an absolute mess since his rookie season. A lot of Kings fans are excited because when he came over, he actually played pretty well. 82 speed and excel, again, not really usable right now, but if he gets a few goals, he's in a prominent spot in the lineup, he should be able to break into that usable tier pretty quickly. He's only statted to get to 95 overall, but this is like a hype sleeper pick. So it's kind of boom or bust here. Everyone's favorite Hut moment, Oliver Bjorkstrand at 6 foot 175 from the Tampa Bay Lightning. He's got specialist pressure, 84 speed, 83 excel. So again, right on that close to being usable in your lineup, and he's a pure right-handed winger. Bjorkstrand is statted to get to 97 overall. I think he's going to have plenty of opportunity as long as he stays healthy, but that pretty much goes for everyone. They have to stay healthy, and that's an inherent risk you take. I think he's in the tier 2 spot. Morgan Riley from the Toronto Maple Leafs is up next, statted to only get to 95 overall. This is really going to come down to if he actually sticks on the power play. Last year, he just couldn't, and historically, he's been really bad on the power play, or the power play unit as a whole has been bad when he is on it. He's just not a shooter on the power play, but he has scored a lot of goals in the past. At 6'1", 225, he's got good size, and he's usable right now, 84 speed and excel. And a couple goals will really help out because of his defensive awareness. He is a Canadian, so he can get propped up by some of the line combinations as well. 1T is a fine ability, but I think this one's pretty safe. As long as he doesn't have an abysmal offensive season, and with the loss of Mitch Marner, they're going to have to rely on him offensively again, so we'll see. Sean Couturier is up next in Tier 2 at 6'4", 210, one of the biggest players in the release. He has Unstoppable, and while Specialist and All-Star Unstoppable don't really do much, Elite Unstoppable is one of the most broken abilities in the game, so assuming that as they get higher, they'll unlock the better version of their ability. 82 speed and excel is not great, but center is the position where you don't need as much speed. You're breaking the puck out with either your defensemen flying up the boards or your wingers. He does have 88 faceoffs, which is the best. So at 2 goals, he's got 90 faceoffs, and he's among the best centers in the game. He's also statted to get to 98 overall. So if he gets to 99, he's one of the best cards in the game. All right, the next one of my own personal takes. No idea why. I watched a bunch of Columbus Blue Jackets games last year simply because I really liked their first line. I think Marchenko and Voronkov are like super underrated and fun to watch. And Provorov was pretty good. I just have a feeling that he's just going to blast pucks home and has a shot to be like this year's Ekholm or Sanheim, a better example from last year. Just got a weird feeling about this one. The odds are that he is not going to hit 99. He's statted to only get to 97, but he is usable right now. 85 speed and excel, 84 defensive awareness. With a couple goals early, he's a very good left-handed defenseman. Up next in Tier 2, Neil Pionk, super boring. He's had a fantasy card already, but he is pretty safe to hit 99 overall. 85 speed and excel, very usable right now. 86 defensive awareness is great. This is one of the safer, good picks to get, but you're not going to be excited. Up next, the 83, Brendan Gallagher at 5'9", 185. He does have specialist quick release, again, one of the best abilities in the game. 85 speed and excel already, and a decent shot as well. Hand stats are all above 80, and he is statted to get to 99 overall. All in all, a pretty safe card, and one that I would be sort of excited to get. Filipinos also in Tier 2, gonna get a prime opportunity on the Vancouver Canucks this year at 6'2", 210. Great size. Big Rig is an okay ability, especially if you know how to puck protect. 85 speed and excel with 87 endurance is very usable right now. He is a winger with only 79 faceoffs, but he is statted to get up to 99 overall. The big issue here is if you're confident enough that he's going to hit 99 because of his games played. Does not play a lot of games, but if he plays the whole season, I think that you've got a really safe card here. Next in Tier 2, we've got Timothy Liljegren, who is one of the most boring picks. Even as a Sharks fan, I absolutely hate this. He will get an opportunity. I have no confidence that he'll even be in the lineup the whole season. But the reason why he's in Tier 2 is because even if he doesn't score for a month, 88 speed, 87 excel, and 88 agility makes him one of the best skating defensemen in the game right now, with 86 defensive awareness and body checking. So he's got a lot of runway before he needs to start scoring. Again, I have no faith, but if he scores 2 random goals in the first week, you've got one of the best cards for like 3 months of the game. Analytically, he's statted to only get to 96 overall. As a Sharks fan who watches the games, I have no faith he even gets close to that. I just don't think he's that good, but he's going to get a shot because the Sharks have a borderline AHL decor. Lastly, in Tier 2, we've got Andre Burakovsky. Now, what's propping his value up is obviously the line combos in Season 1. Being a Swede and being a Chicago Blackhawk means that you can all but guarantee he's getting a +2 overall boost to his stats. He's already 87 speed and excel before he scores a goal, so he can almost touch 90 skating. His shot is also in the mid-80s before he even plays a game. Now, he's also statted to only get to 95 overall. He's going to get all the opportunity in the world in Chicago. Unstoppable is a great ability when it gets to the elite tier, and he's got awesome size. But once season 2 rolls over, if there is not a +2 overall to Sweden and Chicago, because the line combos reset every season, there's a shot that you lose a ton of value. But early on, he is a awesome get and very safe, but he needs to score a few goals before season 2 hits. On to tier 1. We'll start things off with Brady Shea at 6'3", 210, at 75 overall. That might seem like a steep climb to be in tier 1, but bear with me. He does have the impact of getting to +3 overall if you pair him with like Rob Blake. So that means before he plays a game, he can get to 86 speed and 86 excel, 80 defensive awareness, has Rocket, which is a fine ability. It's kind of fun, but he is also statted to hit well over 99. There is a pretty safe shot that he gets a 99 as well. If he can score some goals early on to make up for the fact that when line combos reset, he's going to lose that +3 boost. It's just very safe early on, I think. And there's a good shot when he hits 99 that he's one of the best defensemen in the game at 6'3", 210. Next in tier 1, we've got the 79 overall Dylan Cousins at 6'3", 207. Again, great size. Second wind is a fun ability, and I think we'll start seeing it more as the year goes along. 84 speed and excel, so he's already usable skater. Is not going to be able to be used at center because of his 76 face-off rating. So he definitely needs a couple goals to get to a spot where he can impact your lineup. But he's also statted to hit 99 pretty easily. And again, when he hits 99, he's 6'3", 207, going to be one of the better cards from this release. Also benefits from the fact that he's a Canadian, so he fits into a lot of line combos. Matthew Barzal from the New York Islanders is also in tier 1 at 6'1", 190. The right-handed center comes with Specialist Quick Release, one of the best abilities in the game. Already has 85 speed, 83 excel. His endurance and balance are both rough, but those all go up +1 this year. His shot, again, is pretty rough, but Quick Release helps make up for that early on. His hand stats are also great. At 77 faceoffs, you're going to have to play him on the wing, but that's fine. Is statted to get to 102 via the Athletic, so a strong chance to get to 99 overall. I think that, again, if he scores a couple goals early on to help out with those secondary stats from his skating, I think he could be a really impact one. So if you got Barzal, I think you're in good shape. Following him, we've got Noah Hannafin from the Vegas Golden Knights. He's definitely going to benefit from no Pietrangelo on this team, so he's going to have more of a focal point offensively, I think. 6'3", 206, great size. Send It is a fine ability. 85 speed, 84 excel, and 85 endurance already before he plays a game. 83 defensive awareness and 81 body checking are low, but still usable. He's also statted to get 99 overall pretty easily. So again, at 99, he's got great size. He's usable already, tier 1. Next, we've got one of the better options early on, and that's the 84 Taylor Hall. He might be the best card right now to get. For whatever reason, he has All-Star Ankle Breaker. I have a feeling they're going to adjust that because he's the only one with a blue ability. 6'1", 210, he's got great size, 90 speed, 90 excel, 87 agility and balance with 85 endurance, high 80 shot before he plays a game. So even if he doesn't score for a month, which is a possibility because he's very low in Carolina's lineup, and he is dealing with health issues in his career, just a very safe card, is statted to get to 98 overall. But I just think of how safe he is early on that it won't really matter, and you can deal with the fact that he might not score a lot. Even if he gets to like 95 overall, he's going to be better than almost every other fantasy card that gets higher than him because of his skating being so high. So I think for all of that, Taylor Hall is one of the best options. Next, we've got the 83 Anton Lundell at 6'1", 196. He's got a great ability in Specialist Elite Edges, 84 speed, 83 excel, 82 agility. So usable now, not good, but usable. Got good defensive awareness at 86 overall, only 81 faceoffs. But again, before he's even played a game, you could argue that you could get him into your lineup. One of the safer cards to hit 99 overall. He's statted to get well above 99. Feels like one of the safest cards because of no Barkov. He's going to get a prominent role on a good team. So if you got Lundell, I think you're in great shape. Barring injury, this should be a no-doubter 99. And then lastly, in my opinion, the best fantasy card currently is the 79 Alexi Lafreniere from the Rangers. At 6'2", 196, he's going to get all the opportunity in the world. He's also the highest projected analytic card, 106 overall, given, again, his performance and odds to perform. So one of the safest, if not the safest, 99 overall picks. Big Rig is okay if you know how to use it, and he's usable now. 84 speed, 84 excel, is a winger, so you don't have to worry about faceoffs or his defensive awareness, anything like that. He's big, so when he hits 99, fine. You're in a good spot. Alexis Lafreniere, in my opinion, is one of the best, if not the best fantasy cards from this release, given everything involved. Now, the next question is, because you can get 32 fantasy collectibles, you can do 2 B&D sets. Now, EA released the division sets, so that gives you a 1 in 8 shot to get a card that you want, which is a bonus from last year. Last year, we had to pick 1 in 16, essentially. We could do week 1 or week 2, so less odds. If you are looking for the best set to do, in my opinion, it is the random Metro Fantasy Hockey set. Again, like I mentioned, Lafreniere is probably the best fantasy card, but you've also got Barzal and Taylor Hall as tier 1 options. So you've got a 37.5% chance to get one of the best fantasy cards in the game. The Metro also has Provorov and Couturier. Provorov, again, might be a stretch, but a personal pick of mine. They'd be in tier 2. So you've got 5 out of 8 chance to pull something that is above tier 3 or the bust section. And even Beauvillier in tier 3 could be a strong pick if he can score a couple goals, but right now he is usable. The only busts, in my opinion, are Palat and Letang, and you could argue Palat. I think Letang, again, is just simply because he's not going to play the full season. But I think the Metro is the easy first pick to do from this division set. That is my recommendation, to do the Metro. Now, for your second set, I would recommend the Atlantic. There is only one card in the bust tier from the Atlantic, and that's JVR, and technically he's usable now. Tier 3 has Xhaka and Byram, which are fine and could be good. And then you've got some really good options in Bjorkstrand, Morgan Riley, Gallagher, and then the tier 1 options of Cousins and Lundell, I think, make the Atlantic the second best pick. In terms of the Western Conference, they each have some decent options, but the Central has by far the highest chance to bust if you were to do that division. You've got Schmaltz, Spurgeon, and Ben, so 37.5% chance to get an absolute brutal option. So that one is by far the scariest to do. So again, these are just recommendations, guys. Every year, there are players that just come out of nowhere. Again, we just had Kyle Palmieri hit 99 overall, and if you go back and watch my pack opening from the fantasy event last year, no one was excited to get Kyle Palmieri. So all of the bust picks could pop off and be fantastic. This is more of just a fun exercise. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below and who you went after, and good luck in your pack pulls.